This video is all about what we spent in the Philippines. We spent a total of 10 days there. So we thought we'd make a video. If you're interested in going to the Philippines, you'll know what to expect.
I have to introduce the dog.
You do. There's a dog here as well.
Come here. This is Bandit. He is an Australian Shepherd and he is our good friend's dog, and he lives in the house that we're currently staying in. And he is very energetic.
We've also got a big surprise to mention, but we're going to leave it for the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to the end.
We need to clarify a couple of things first. And I think first and foremost, we are no longer budget travelers. We're not luxury travelers. We're kind of, I would say, low to medium.
For sure.
We don't mind spending a lot of money to go to a nice restaurant, but we'll also eat sticks of meat on the side of the road and eat street food. Like, we're very all over the show.
For sure. The other disclaimer is that at the bottom of the screen, when we're talking about pricing, I'm going to put it in Filipino pesos, but for the most part, we're going to be talking in AUD, Australian dollars, because it's easy to convert.
The categories for today are going to be taxis and grabs, so land transport, food, tours, accommodation, and then like a gift and miscellaneous category. So without further ado, let's get into land transport.
$216.35 for both of us over 10 days.
We spent $21.63 per day for both of us to travel all around the cities we were in the Philippines.
For sure.
That's insane. The cost of traveling there is so cheap. Like, that's not something that you would have to worry about at all.
Mm-hmm. How much did we spend on food for both of us in 10 days in the Philippines?
Unsurprisingly, this was our largest cost, being foodies. And this includes everything from coffee in the morning. Sometimes it was breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sometimes it was just lunch and dinner.
Sometimes we went out to a nice restaurant.
Yeah, we went to a restaurant called Wildflower twice because it was so good the first time.
Yeah.
And that was on the pricier side of things.
For sure.
But we also tried coconut wine on the side of the road for like 20 pesos.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very broad. But anyway, we spent $706.21 across the 10 days. So about $70.61 per day for both of us. That's
a lot, but reasonable as well. Because you're on holiday, right?
Next category is tours. So really quickly, we booked our tours through Klook. We booked them pretty last minute. We typically don't book tours through like agents or websites. We tend to curate them ourselves. That way we have full control over what we do.
So we did 3 main tours while we were there.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the longer form videos, make sure that you go back and watch those. But we went swimming with whale sharks.
By far one of the best and coolest things we've ever done. Not only in the Philippines, but probably ever in my life.
Yeah.
And then we did the boho tour with the tarsiers and chocolate hills and all that.
Don't give away too much.
All that sort of thing. I'll link the video in the description. Go check it out. And then we did another tour in Manila, which we actually didn't vlog, although I'll put some footage over the top.
So the overall cost for tours was
$465.80 AUD for 10 days in the Philippines.
When you're doing day tours that include so many things, they can be a little bit pricier, but it's still worth it. Next is accommodation, and we spent a total of $587.48, which this surprised me because that ends up being $65.27 per night, which is typically, like, that's a lot more expensive than our normal. We usually spend around $50 a night when we're in Southeast Asia.
It's not that much more. I think it's still pretty reasonable, but on the more expensive side for Southeast Asia, for us.
The second night, or the second time that we stayed in Manila, we stayed in Makati, which is, our friends called it the Hollywood of Manila. Everything there is more expensive, so it was worth it, but I know that that contributed to increasing our accommodation costs by quite a bit.
So in this category, we took 1 ferry from Cebu City to Bohol, and then 2 domestic flights, one of them being from Manila to Cebu, and then the other one being from Bohol to Manila.
We ended up spending a grand total of
$442.60 for both of us.
not bad.
It costs more to take domestic flights around New Zealand and Australia. Let's put it that way, as we've recently found out.
Okay, the next category is like gifts and miscellaneous. This includes everything from like gifts for family back home, souvenirs, massages, getting our laundry done, buying into airport lounges.
Everything else.
Like all the little random things. And they added up quite quickly, as it would seem. $265.67. Actually isn't that bad. That's not that bad. That's $26.56 a day.
It just also depends if you're the type of person to buy presents and stuff for your family, or if
An interesting figure was for the entire 10 days we were there, we spent $9.40 on getting our laundry done.
it's good. We did a few loads.
Okay, the biggest drum roll of the day, the grand total.
10 days in the Philippines for 2 people. $2,684.11. Could have been cheaper, could have been a lot more expensive.
Okay, the surprise of the video.
So as we've mentioned multiple times throughout this video, we didn't book much, even our main tickets there, until 2 weeks before. ChatGPT pretty much planned our whole entire trip in the Philippines down to the tours that we did, where we went, the flights that we took, and everything.
So what I did was I told ChatGPT that I wanted to spend 10 days in the Philippines, and I gave it a pretty thorough brief. If you're not familiar with what ChatGPT is, it's an AI. So what does that stand for?
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Basically like a PA. The more information you can give it on what you want, the better your result is going to be. So I told it what sort of like budget level we were looking at, whether we wanted adventure or relaxing or like certain things that we were into. And it took a lot of toing and froing to curate an ideal trip for us. The entire experience with ChatGPT was fun.
Yeah, and I just want to touch on, I think it was cool when it said, I recommend having a rest day in between here. You might be tired from the day before.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool how this technology is only getting better and better. I'm really happy with the outcome, and I kind of want to use it again.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, that Wildflower restaurant in Makati, ChatGPT recommended that, and one of the best restaurants / cafes that we've been to in a very long time. And it takes a while to get your head around it, although I think it is a very powerful tool once you can work it as well. So yeah, overall, very happy with the ChatGPT experience. I think we'll use it more and more. Maybe not to plan full trips, although maybe if we're in a pickle like we were this time. But it was fun trusting it. But definitely for cafes and experiences.
I think that's going to wrap up this video.
Fantastic. Philippines was amazing. Can't wait to go back. Maybe next year. What do you think?
I think so. I kind of want to move there.
Yeah, we do kind of want to move there. There is so much in the Philippines to explore. We only did like 10% of the country, not even that probably. So we will definitely be going back there. Thank you to the Philippines. Thank you to the beautiful people there. It was amazing. If you've been to the Philippines and you feel like leaving a comment, let us know how much you roughly spent, either by day or by week or whatever. I'm curious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Other than that, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time in the next vlog. Peace.